because they are being targeted. I am glad to be able to be here today to speak in support of them. Here's what I would love to be doing right now today as a Child Care Center director. I would love to be singing and dancing and playing and reading with children. I'd love to be welcoming families and supporting staff. I would even love to be doing year-end paperwork, but instead, I need to be here. I need to be supporting our childcare industry and the hardworking and dedicated Somali childcare community who are being unfairly vilified, and to make sure that our families and families throughout this great state have childcare and early learning programs for their children, and to make sure our staff have jobs. So let's be honest about how we really got here. Our president decided he doesn't like the Somali community and he wants to destroy them. Speaker DeMuth and the GOP caucus sent a YouTuber out to create the narrative they want out there, not the truth.
Oh, so the Republicans sent Nick Christie out there. Well, where's the proof for that? Some of y'all won't give a damn about that. As long as they say it, then it must be the truth, right? Okay, whatever.
What they want you to believe. The childcare system in Minnesota is very complicated, even for those of us who have worked in it for decades. So I can understand that it is easy to believe what you see on social media. But the truth is that Minnesota has guardrails in place to make defrauding the childcare system extremely difficult. Minnesota does investigate suspected fraud in childcare and hold people accountable, and they will continue to do so because fraud is.
Before LWW continues, this large LWW continues, where y'all work, if you work, if they came into your sector of wherever the fuck it is that you work, right? And they say, it's time for y'all to produce the documents on what the hell it is that y'all did this year, and you couldn't provide it, would y'all still be working there? That's all I'm saying. In normal places, specifically corporate America, you better have them damn records. You better have them damn records. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So this could all be shut down quickly if they just produce the records. Oh yeah, they got stolen. My bad.
Never acceptable. But cutting off childcare funding to everyone in the state is not the answer, and it's not acceptable.
That's right. That's right.
So what does it look like when Minnesota childcare funding is frozen? Over 20,000 children in over 4,000 programs across our state will lose access to childcare and early learning. Their families will not be able to go to work because they don't have childcare. Our childcare center and others like us will have to close our doors. 75% of the children at our program qualify through the state for childcare funding. We can't afford to continue to operate if we lose 75% of our enrollment. Without childcare assistance funding, our center will close within a month.
That's right.
As those families no longer have money to spend because they don't have jobs, because they don't have childcare. Other businesses in our communities will be impacted by a loss of workforce and by a loss of income. And many will have to close their doors as well. You see, freezing childcare funding does not just impact families and children, it impacts everyone. During the COVID pandemic, we learned how vital childcare was to sustaining our state and country. If we allow this funding freeze to happen, all Minnesotans are going to suffer. We cannot succumb to hate and fear-mongering. It is not who we are as Minnesotans.
Right.
We are people who surround our communities with love and support. So instead of tearing down our Somali community and our childcare centers, let's lift them up. Let's make sure that our children have safe places to learn and grow.
Good morning, everyone. I'm not much of a good speaker, but I'll try my best. My name is Dekho Noor. I'm a parent who receives federal funding for childcare for my kiddo. Over 20,000 kids will lose access to childcare programs. And that 20,000 thousands of children rely on childcare, and thousands of parents rely on childcare. Therefore, if childcare will, oh my God. Take your time. I'm currently a medical student. I rely on childcare. I work. If childcare is cut, I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand fraud is bad.
Public speaking is not her thing, obviously. All right, girl. Woo, they pouring it on thick, ain't they? No offense against that young lady just now, but LWW, the first one, Large Marge, child, girl, we're not trying to hear none of that. It's as simple as just proving, supplying the documentation. That's it. As simple as that. Y'all should have you know what, honestly, we're in 2026 now. Shout out to y'all. Happy New Year. Don't you have a computer system, a hard drive, something sophisticated more than y'all? Them cabinets that they showed are cabinets that I used to see back in 1980s. A filing cabinet. I didn't even know it was called a filing cabinet, y'all. Who the hell in 2025 is using filing cabinets when you have a sophisticated type of business and you're receiving funds like that. So you're receiving millions of dollars and you're using a filing cabinet. Come on, y'all. You are receiving millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and all you have is a black filing cabinet from the 80s. All right, child, believe what you want.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. My name is Carly Gatiza-Wattoon. I am state representative. I am the DFL co-chair of the Children and Families Committee in the Minnesota House of Representatives. Our job as lawmakers is to show up every day to make Minnesotans' lives better. And Minnesotans deserve to be able to trust that each and every taxpayer dollar is being used responsibly to meet our collective needs. And due to bad actors, that trust is in jeopardy. I'm just as mad as you are. Criminals taking any dollar that is meant to help children and families in the state of Minnesota is completely unacceptable. We're taking fraud seriously. We're working every day to improve our systems, hold those criminals accountable, and move our state forward. That's why it's incredibly frustrating to me that Donald Trump and Republicans want to use this as a political vehicle to cut funding entirely to our state. It's irresponsible, right? It's irresponsible at best, and it's despicable at worst to cast blanket dispersions on those caring for our littlest Minnesotans, particularly those of Somali American descent. Imagine if a few people stole food from one of the nation's largest grocers, and instead of strengthening their safeguards, they just decided to stop selling food entirely. Imagine that the country's largest health insurance provider was under federal investigation due to fraudulent claims. And before that investigation was complete, the government just decided to stop funding Medicare and Medicaid entirely. Using a broad brush to eliminate the very programs that are helping Minnesotan families is not the answer.
That's right.
Fraud prevention is about policy and not politics. It's about solutions and not spectacle. But everything that we've seen from the federal government this week is about politics. President Trump is targeting Minnesota because his goal is to distract, divide, and demonize. He has shown—
Yes, distract, divide, and demonize. That's what this is all about. Is it about Shirley? Is it about Trump? Is it about the 90 some odd or however many people have already been arrested and convicted, or whatever happened with those people with the feed-in funding place, whatever it is? Yeah. So that's supposed to be enough. You're supposed to let it go and everything's supposed to go back to the way that it was. This is what we would do in corporate America. You're supposed to find out what the problem— once you find out that there is a problem, you're supposed to investigate it to figure out where it started and when it stopped. And then you put guardrails in place to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Once you find out that there was a problem, not only do you fix it, but you correct back what you did wrong to the people that you wronged. And then they come back, meaning the same business, and reevaluate whether the guardrail that they put in place is still working. I promise you, none of that's going on. And I see y'all talking about the filing cabinet, and I'm not saying that you cannot have a filing cabinet, but you cannot tell me that you should not have as well a system. So if the place catches on fire, then you just asked out. That's what we're doing in 2026 now. So you have no computer documentation whatsoever. You don't use QuickBooks, for example, or anything, so that you could do a quick printout instead of having to go into the filing cabinet and pull all the paperwork out and take months in order to figure it all out. No, I'm not believing that. You can have both for show. But it's weird to me that they're like, oh, someone came in and stole the paperwork. All right, cool. Fire up that damn computer and produce it, print it the fuck out. Come on now, y'all. We gotta act like we got some damn sense here, because these people on screen certainly don't.
Over and over again, that instead of working to solve problems, he points fingers and places blame on a particular group of people. In order to distract Minnesotans from his unpopularity, his failed tariffs and rising prices, his corruption, he's attacking and defunding Minnesota.
So what does this have to do with Donald Trump at this point? Yeah, okay, he stopped the funding. But again, they always are ignoring Tim
because
Tom.
Trump bad.
Is ignoring anything going on in their state. They're not even like saying such and such is in charge of, and they produced the documentation and we saw it, because people can make FOIA requests. We learned that from Big Tiff. Shout out to Thornton Township, Dalton. People can make the FOIA request in order to get the information. So if people start making requests, they don't get the information. Well, not for daycares, not the personal information for daycares. I'm specifically speaking about the audits that were definitely done, the compliance things that were definitely done. They know that everything is in place. We'll produce that shit. Oh, at the end of the day, really, the people in charge of the government here that keeps track of the daycares and what they have and what they've been doing and what their numbers are, they can produce it. honestly, the daycares actually probably don't have to, because if everybody was doing what they were supposed to be doing, it's as easy as that. And I know damn well that this government here in Minnesota has computers that they could punch in and print that shit out or send it off electronically. How come they not doing that? Deflection much? Y'all really think that this makes sense? Instead of just providing the fucking information, it's all this Trump is bad and Trump. Fuck y'all. No, it's Tim Tom. Where the fuck what does he have to say? What is he producing? Just talking. Give the shit up and it ends. They could easily say y'all are stupid with capital STUPIDs, and this really is a right-wing conspiracy, a MAGA conspiracy. Y'all full of shit. Y'all making shit up. Y'all just trying to make us look bad. Here you go. Because, child, when one of those regulators come into the banking facilities, for example, they don't have time to be holding press conferences. They don't have time to be saying somebody broke the fuck in. They got to produce that shit. So why don't they?
Physically, we do not care